Good evening and good morning from wherever you are, and welcome to our review and discussion about WWE's Elimination Chamber. It was a stacked card of four whole matches,
Four. Wow.
a
Oh,
whole
joy.
four matches per Pritchard's, preference. And with that being said, we're just going to get an overall thoughts on the Chamber from everyone in the panel. Gaz, your thoughts on the Chamber?
Considering the lack of build, it was a really good pay per view. That's
Okay, Jose?
Minus the box, which I could start with this, which was the worst debut that I think
No,
I've
no,
seen
just
in quite
overall
some
thoughts.
time.
Overall thoughts, then we'll
yeah.
go into everything. Yeah.
Overall thoughts, it was fun. It was a really good show. Like, despite the lack of build, I thought that both chamber matches were good. The title match was good. The women's intercontinental title match was good. This was a really good wrestling show. I enjoyed it.
Okay, Cheeto.
I disagree with Gaz. I actually think the build for this pay-per-view has been pretty good. The problem is the lack of matches is what it boils down to. So,
Oh yeah, that's better. Well done, whoever. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, good pay-per-view. I thought it was solid build.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for you, Zam. I was just checking if Cheeto was done before I moved on to you.
Okay. I like this pay per view. I've always been a fan of the Chamber pay per view. It gets a lot of crap, but this is one of my favorite pay per views of the year, and I like to go more into that in a second when we get a chance.
Yeah. So I concur with the panel. I thought it was actually a really enjoyable pay per view. That's why I'm here. Because if it sucks, we'd be like, what was the point in being here? I'm just going to crap on it. So yeah, it was really good. Okay, so we'll start off with the women's chamber match. We had Tiffany Stratton, we had Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Tits McGee, and who was in the
Kiana James,
Kiana James, and
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez.
There we go.
Is that five? There should be one more.
Alexa Bliss.
Is it Alexa Bliss?
I've done that.
Trying to think who else was in it.
Rhea Ripley.
It was Bliss.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel
Rodriguez.
All right, then.
So,
I'll
Kiana James, Alexa Bliss, Tiffany Stratton.
Did nobody bring up
Rhea
a freaking
Ripley,
match list?
Raquel Rodriguez.
I got it. I got it.
Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton,
Rhea Ripley,
Alexa Bliss,
Asuka.
Asuka, that's the one.
Asuka.
Oh, we're racist. We'll forget the Japanese one. Brilliant. That's a good start there. So look, again, don't need to go into like the nitty gritty of it for myself personally, but this was a really good women's match, bar one or two spots. Again, the expected high flying move from Tiffany that annoyed me because you could tell people just sitting there like looking up, building up to it. It's just like,
yep.
At that point in time, what the camera should be always doing is focusing on the person climbing to the top, because the people down below always ruin the spot.
Yep.
Because they're just staring and waiting. If you need to do that generic crap. Other than that, I really enjoyed the match. I think there were like Kiana James is brilliant. Like, I think she is a brilliant mid-card wrestler. Higher as well, because like when her and Tiffany Stratton were fighting, they were like really like beating the shit out of each other, doing some great moves. They went down to the mat. You could really feel like, and Tiffany Stratton, from when I first started watching her wrestling to now, incredible improvement. Like, just amazing. She reminds me of I forget what her name was in WWE, but Ash by Elegance in TNA.
Oh, Dana Brooke.
Yeah, that's it. Dana Brooke, who was crap when she first started, but became like one of the biggest surprises in terms of improvement. So I thought they did really well. Kiana James definitely needs a bigger push. And the only disappointing thing is the results. I wanted Raquel Rodriguez. I think she's just my favorite. I want her to be in the World Championship scene. You know, Rhea Ripley versus Jade. Yeah, it's probably going to be a good match, but we've seen it 1,000 times. Well, we haven't seen it 1,000 times. What I mean is we've had Rhea Ripley in that title scene a fair few
You've had
times.
her in the
It's just
1,000
been nice
times.
for Raquel Rodriguez to get that
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, you've had Rhea Ripley in the title scene 10,000 times, but yeah, and Raquel was the MVP of the entire match to me.
Oh, yeah.
She crushed it. I am championing for this woman to be the world champion the day after WrestleMania. We need that. I know that Cheeto and I are like, oh, we want the Judgment Day to be an all-women stable. No, now I want Raquel Rodriguez to get her moment the day after WrestleMania and get her shine on. But with Rhea winning, I'm like, it is what it is. I personally don't care about Rhea and Jade, but WWE sees money in it and it's going to sell. So it is what it is.
Yeah, cool. Okay, Zam, I'll go to you. Your thoughts?
I don't want to sound like I'm thinking with my dick here, but I just want to say how great, and I told this to Gary yesterday when we did our SmackDown review, how great Tiffany Stratton looks. She looks like she's lost a little bit of weight. It's a tad, but it's significant because she looks fucking amazing now. Like she looks more attractive than ever.
She started bodybuilding again, is what's going on. Like she's actually started on like. She's not just doing fitness anymore. She's like, because she used to be a bodybuilder, so now she's getting back into that. So that's why she looks like way bigger and like way more fit than she did before.
Yeah,
she a
little bit of puppy fat. She's got rid of it all.
A lot huskier before, a lot more built like a brick shithouse before. Whereas now she's kind of her own Rhea Ripley have slimmed down a bit. I'm not sure I like that on Rhea because her body type is like I preferred it when she had meat on the bone. But I'm not. Anyway, we're not here to talk about women's. We could wax lyrical.
My issue with both matches, though, both the men and the women. I know we talk about the women, but it counts for both. Is that when you have a heel champion you're going to be going up against, it's very unlikely that a heel is going to win this match. But you're not going to have a heel versus heel match at WrestleMania. So I knew Michelle Rodriguez wasn't going to win. On that alone,
Raquel Rodriguez, not Michelle.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm thinking Fast and Furious.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm racist. I'm sorry, but regardless, sorry, my bird's sitting on my TV. Get off. Regardless, I did enjoy this. Rhea Ripley being in the title scene one too many times, but then again, unfortunately, Tiffany Stratton has also fought Jade Cargill a few times prior to her injury. So I didn't think they were going to go down that route again. And obviously, Kiana James is a heel, so she wasn't going to win that match, and she's quite new. So yeah, Rhea Ripley again, unfortunately. But other than that, it was a great chamber. I enjoyed it.
It's a really good chamber.
No, Gaz, go to you then.
I thought it was an amazing chamber. I thought all the ladies did really well. I thought Raquel Rodriguez, as somebody said, hello,
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was saying, I thought what you just said about Raquel Rodriguez being the MVP. She absolutely
okay, cool. I'm Skyping right now, so we'll talk later. Bye.
All right, he's on the phone.
The phone, yeah.
All right. I thought she was the MVP, and actually, I wanted her to win because I know what Jade's a heel champion, but I think Raquel is getting more positive reactions because people know how good she is.
Yeah, like a Batista was.
I totally agree. Just to interject there, like I think if she would have gone in up against Jade Cargill, she'd be the crowd favorite. You know what I mean? She'd naturally be pivoting to being the baby face.
But I did call this when Io and Rhea lost the titles on SmackDown. I said, all right, so we now know that Rhea Ripley is going to be going into the championship because if she wasn't, she would have retained the championship.
Yeah, they would have kept the tag titles, and then they would have did a tag 100%. Team match play going into WrestleMania. But yeah. Okay.
Cheeto.
So good. It was a good match, but I really didn't like what they did to Alexa here. Like they took her out pretty quickly, actually, and I know she started the match, but. Again, I really was looking forward to her in the chamber, and maybe it's just because, obviously she's a little bit, older now. Maybe she doesn't want to be in the chamber like as long, and I get that. That's fine, So it was either her coming in later in one of the later pods or starting and then getting out earlier. But I always think I always like Alexa Bliss, and I always think that this was just a wrong way to do her in this match. To say that Kiana James, they need to make her a mid card leader. They need to put her in a feud with when Chelsea Green comes back for the U.S. title. I'm sorry, Julia is not working. Like it's just her. She's talented. I've seen her. She's talented in the ring, but the whole her being the U.S. champion is not working. It's just absolutely not working. So they need to have a betrayal and have Kiana take the U.S. title from her, and then maybe have Chelsea and Kiana feud for the U.S. title. They need to do something with Kiana while she has this momentum, and Chelsea just needs to be pushed. I know she needs to be in the upper card, but obviously P.S. Hayes, douchebag Hayes is not going to put her there. All that being said, I was hoping Raquel would win too, and maybe they'd be turning her baby face to go after Jade Cargill. But I figured if they were going for a face versus heel, they would go with Rhea Ripley, like the two titans clashing at WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean, good match, but there was just some missteps in this match, I think, overall, that I think happened with certain superstars.
Okay.
I just want to say that you are going to, in a match like this, and it was a men's one as well, you are going to get botches, but I'm a lot more forgivable for botches in this particular match, because it's an unusual concept. So once a year thing, like the ring is different, with all the shit around it and stuff. It's not as we saw LA Knight have a botch earlier, so I give him the benefit. Yeah. So I'm willing to give them the benefit because of the fact that it's a gimmick match.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next match before we keep jumping all over the different matches. God damn it. We had Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. And Zam, I'll go to you first.
AJ, I was more interested to see what AJ was going to be like her first singles match in 10 years. Fuck me, it was all right. It was an okay match. It was it was not bad for a comeback match. The crowd were really into it, and there was some good moves. Becky Lynch, you can always rely on her. She's just an amazing talent. Just generally, when people say, oh, she likes to call herself one the greatest of all time. She is arguably, she's such a versatile wrestler, heel, face. She's good at both. She's really good on the mic. She's really good at playing up her character, and she's an excellent technical wrestler as well. And she helped make this match memorable, in my opinion. And I was very happy to see AJ win the belt as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there are other people more deserving of the belt, but this belt needs to be off Becky Lynch for sure. You know what I mean? Move on from Becky Lynch needs to be doing other things and not with this belt. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, Cheeto.
This is a match they should have put the WWE Women's title on Becky Lynch a long time ago.
Thank you.
And this should have been for the WWE Women's Championship. I'm sorry, the Intercontinental title. I know what they're trying to do with it, and me and Jose have been saying this for weeks now on our Raw reviews, is that they're trying to build the prestige of the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. But it's just Becky Lynch and AJ Lee are just they're beyond it. Me and Jose have been saying that the Intercontinental title needs to be workhorse title. We don't need, and I'm sorry, Becky and AJ are legends at this point. They don't need to be going after the mid card titles. You know what? Even I know that Maxine Dupree was not the best in the world to have the belt, but at the same time, it was more appropriate on her than it is on Becky Lynch. They got the belt off of Becky for a couple of weeks. They should have left it off them. This should have been either a grudge match or a WWE Women's title match or Women's World title match. You know what I mean? Vaquer and Jade Cargill are just not good champions, right now. Vaquer, I think WWE Creative has dropped the ball on them, and Jade Cargill is just not that great, in my opinion, in the ring and on the mic. So this match really, I think the Intercontinental title is the biggest problem with this match. I don't mind the grudge match, and I think they're both okay, but I just think they're both beyond it. And AJ trying to make it seem like she won the world title, you know, when it's the Intercontinental title, it's just like, yay.
Okay, Jose.
They should not have done this here. This needed to be at WrestleMania, and it needed to be for either one, generation versus generation, or two, you do it for the women's world heavyweight title. But for what this was actually a really good match for AJ, and now it's going to give Becky a reason to say, oh, what the fuck, I got cheated, that wasn't right. So they're going to run this back for WrestleMania, because with the finish, Becky Lynch tried to expose the pad. The funny thing is, there's two funny things in this match, one with the introduction and one with the referee. One is Michael Cole had a new favorite Michael Cole-ism. He said that Becky Lynch will mess up AJ Styles, and I cracked up at that. I laughed so hard. And then the referee, it seemed like she was down for what seemed like an hour, and it took her fucking forever to get up to register.
Yeah, I'm on the floor,
Becky
but I'm going to put my earpiece in when I'm knocked out. Need to put my earpiece in when I'm knocked out.
But for what this was just all right, but I wish they would have saved this for WrestleMania. That's pretty much my complaint. It shouldn't be for the Intercontinental title, and they did not need to do it here. It should have been saved for WrestleMania. You could have made this a promo or a vignette and shaved some time off the PLE, but it is what it is.
Okay, guys.
I'm going to disagree. I thought, given what's been going on between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, I thought this was really good. And, well, hopefully it's the end of the feud for a little bit, at least. But I do agree with the lads saying that it's probably going to be going back to WrestleMania, because I was hoping that we're going to get Bayley and flaming AJ Lee for WrestleMania. Because Bayley's been doing precisely fuck and all. And she deserves something like this. She deserves because she could be like the Rock flaming Hogan, where like AJ Lee is the Rock and flaming, and she's like it's like Hulk Hogan, and she's the Rock. Like they literally have that, and they could go that way with her, because she's well respected and stuff like that. But I think you are right. It's going to be Becky Lynch, and I'm like, why? Because like Becky Lynch doesn't need this. Becky Lynch could go for. I mean, if she went for the US title, I'd have. If she went, right, I want to collect all the belt, and I want to be like whatever it's called, the flaming like Grand Slam champion.
You want to be like Sasha Banks and have like 99 belts and not defend any of them.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be that, but I don't know. As I said, but I thought this was a good match. I thought the ending was great, and I thought it was a definitive end. So because when she tapped out, I thought, all right, that's the end of the feud.
This is not going to be the end. They're going to run it back at WrestleMania. And here's the other thing I forgot to mention. Why are you putting a belt on a part-timer? I hate it when they do it, because AJ Lee is almost never around.
Fair. Oh, and do we think that they're going to do career versus career? Because Cheeto and I brought this up, that they might actually go that route where it's like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, I'll put my career on the line, to get my title back. Because the rumor is Becky Lynch might actually be retiring within the next couple of years. She's thinking about it.
Well, I mean, if that's the next couple of years, then I don't think they're going to do it this year.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I thought really good match and did what he needed to do. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good match too. I didn't expect it because obviously ring rust with AJ Lee and all that, but she's barely missed a step. She's still just as good as
she was always really good. She was always good in her generation, by the way.
Yeah.
The best of the cream of the crop.
Yeah, she was the cream of the crop in her generation. In terms of a generational match between her and Becky Lynch, I mean, age-wise, there's nothing between them. There's literally like a year or two between them.
Fair.
It's not a generational thing; it's an eras thing. So I
was about to say it was definitely
era. Yeah, and
but you guys get what I mean, though. When
I get exactly what you mean. Yeah, in terms of fighting for a belt, look, I mean, Becky Lynch just happens to have the belt, so AJ Lee winning that is fine. It's good. It's inconsequential. I agree with you guys that Becky Lynch shouldn't be on a mid-card belt. Of course, you do always run the risk. Like I don't mind sometimes the big people kind of coming down to help elevate the mid-card a little bit, but as long as they don't end up running that mid-card the whole time.
And that's what she's doing. She's running the mid-card.
She's hot.
That's my issue. Like I'm okay. Like you come into it, you win the belt, and then others come after you. You elevate those people, even though you get those wins. In the end, you elevate that talent, and then you lose to somebody who is, the next big thing within that, and then you move on. But unfortunately, from what I've seen, she's just been stuck in that kind of area since she's been back. So I mean, I'm happy for AJ Lee to get another belt, but I agree they didn't need the belt. It was just a really good match, fantastic build up to the finish as well. I thought it was great. All the kind of shenanigans and all of that. Becky Lynch's, really great like that. So yeah, I thought it was a thoroughly fun match. Happy for AJ Lee. Yeah, the feud is definitely probably going to continue into WrestleMania, which is, if the build is good, that's fine. It just, you want AJ Lee around though. You don't just want to like, where's she going to pop up next kind of thing.
Well, my issue is that WrestleMania is like, you can't be having rematches at WrestleMania. Like, I just find that a bit tacky. It's a bit different, obviously, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, because it was like that was different. But having a rematch after Elimination Chamber, having a rematch after WrestleMania just feels a bit tacky, unless they obviously make it a gimmick match and make it, no holds barred or something like that. Then that could be a bit interesting, okay. I guess. But
let's crack on. So next we had CM Punk versus Finn Balor. And Cheetah, I'll go to you first.
So this was and me and Jose talked about this on our Raw reviews. Shameless plug. Is that this is a stopgap match. Like this was so like pointless for Finn Balor. Don't get me wrong, the match was good. I just a lot of the WWE's booking I question like overall. Like these guys can put good matches together. All these people can put good matches together. It's just the booking and the storylines. It's like CM Punk and Finn Balor. We knew Finn Balor was not going to win the world title right now. That would totally, unless they were going with a triple threat, which they weren't, because last year was also a triple threat. You know what I mean? Between it was Punk, Rollins, and Reigns. They're not going to do that with Punk, Reigns, and Balor this year. So we knew
it wasn't a title match though. Last year it wasn't a title match.
No, I know, but we knew they weren't going to do a triple threat with those guys again. But still, so my thing is like, I think Finn Balor deserves a run with the world title, even if it's just for a couple months. I feel like he deserves it. I feel like he's been doing. So I'm hoping after WrestleMania they'll kind of up him and into the card and maybe get him going after the belt. I really hope Reigns doesn't win the world title at WrestleMania, because again, he's a part-time. Like he's a little bit more than a part-timer sometimes, but he's really just a part-timer. And I hate them putting belts on part-timers more than anything else, because if you're not there every week with at least showing up with the belt, you don't have to wrestle every week. But if you're not showing up with the belt, what's the point of the belt?
Yeah.
But anyway, so the match was good. Okay. It was a good clinic back and forth between these two, which we knew would happen, but the outcome was absolutely predictable.
Yeah. I mean, I get the feeling that they're just building Balor to get to that point again, because they've been pushing him a lot more lately, and obviously they put him in a situation where it's like, it's a bit stupid putting him in matches where he's not going to win, but we'll see where that goes. Anyway,
one last thing about that, but you know what this felt like? This felt like 2023's Elimination Chamber with Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns, you know what I mean? Like it just with the world title instead of the WWE title. It's like, that was my other point that I was going to make, is that it just felt like, I mean, I wanted Finn Balor to win. We wanted Sami Zayn to win, but we knew they weren't going to do it. So that's kind of like, it's just frustrating with their booking. Anyway, that's it. I'm done.
That's all right. All right. Well, I'll go to me next anyway. So, the match was as good as it was going to be. Like, it wasn't as good as Dublin, but it was still, a good match, a good hard slog. That's what I like with kind of Finn Balor matches, is you're not going to get like spectacle high fly. You're going to get on the mat, beating the shit out of each other, kind of rough and ready kind of stuff. And I really liked it. I'm hoping that they're just going to start edging Finn Balor towards being a face, and that if it's up to me, I would have him win the belt at SummerSlam against CM Punk. I agree with you, Cheeto. I don't want Roman Reigns winning the belt. I'm sick and tired of him. I'm just sick and tired of him. I put him up there with John Cena as just one of the most boring fucking faces of a company, even though he was a heel. So I don't really want to see him around anymore. I want him to piss off and go and do his films. And yeah, I just hope they put on a good match at WrestleMania and get done with it. And then hopefully Finn Balor gets elevated. But I think they're going to do a Sami Zayn probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Sami Zayn now, come to think about it. But they did all this build up and then they're just like, well, anyway, back to CM Punk and Cody Rhodes kind of thing. It's like, fuck you. So yeah, Gaz.
Thought this was a really good match. But I agree with what Zab said. The end was totally predictable.
I never said that.
Cheeto said that.
Cheeto said that.
I mean, we look very similar. I mean, we are very similar.
But yeah, I disagree with what Cheeto said though. I think if Reigns gets the belt, I don't know, as I said, like because Punk might be like hanging him up soon, so it might be good to see that he's had this one last run and then he gets the main event and maybe he's already wanted and then Baines beats him. I don't know you don't like it because you say he's a part-timer, but the thing is the guy has fame leukemia. What's he got? He got leukemia or something like that. So like, give the guy a break. You know?
Okay,
I'm not going to give him a break. I don't give a fuck.
No, listen, I want to be 100% perfectly.
What the fuck has that got to do with him as a wrestler? He's boring.
Yeah, like let me be perfectly clear. His health issues are one thing. I have no problem with his health issues. If he has to be a part-timer, then be a part-timer. Like come in and just do your thing and then go away for several months.
But you don't need the title.
The belt on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, guys. I'm not one of those that, fucking, don't get to play the victim just because of your health issues. You're back in the ring. You're doing your thing. You're kicking ass. It's amazing. So, but we'll
making
focus on
bucks,
your
man.
personality and your wrestling. Yeah. Okay. Zam, I'll go to you.
In my opinion, Finn Balor really needed to win this match just to shake things up and go, holy shit, I can't believe he fucking won it. Yeah, that would have really made this a really great match, in my opinion. But to make us all think, okay, this is how wrestling works, and for us to be correct on that and not make us think twice on how results are going to be, pisses me off. Finn Balor needed to win this match. I don't give a fuck if they would have a triple threat match afterwards. I'm fed up of Finn Balor being the Sami Zayn of Raw, which is pretty much what he's become, as you guys were saying earlier. You need to mix things up. You don't have to go by the fucking fundamental rules of how things have to be. Make us surprised. Make us shocked. Make us feel, oh shit, this isn't business as usual. You are mixing things up. Finn Balor should have fucking won this match, and I have no problem with him having a triple threat match. And Balor one more time being the fucking demon in that match, when he wins, loses, or draw at WrestleMania. There was so much they could have done with this, but it was just a filler, as Cheeto said, and that's what pisses me off about this match. It was a good match, but we needed a different result to what we got, which is why I'm a bit disappointed with it.
Yeah, 100%. Jose.
It was a good match for what it was, but yeah, Finn Balor, I knew they were going to get ready to stop him, from winning that world title. My view is I want Finn Balor to get it at SummerSlam. They need to do this Judgment Day shit. They need to break them up, but please, for the love of God, I don't want 1,000 fucking handicap matches between JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor. I don't want that. I want you guys to get this over with at Backlash, break them up, turn Finn Balor babyface, and be like, yo, I'm still in the fucking title hunt. I'm here. Let's do this shit. Because I want this year to be the very last year CM Punk ever holds a world title. It's time. It's time. He needs to start putting the future over. He needs to start putting the future over. He's looking old as dirt. He's fucking, breakable as glass. It's just time for him to go. So, yeah, it was a good match, but I want Finn Balor to be world champion by the end of the summer.
Yeah, and just like on that, I mean, look, with CM Punk, we knew he was going to win because he still hasn't had his WrestleMania main event one-on-one. Yep. So this is his moment. He's finally going to get it. After that, totally agree. He doesn't need the belt in the same way Roman Reigns doesn't need the fucking belt. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the Judgment Day and all of that, listen, I want Dominic Mysterio in that fucking title scene.
Yes.
I think the guy is absolute bloody money. And so, definitely put him in the title scene coming up. It will shake things up. As you guys said, we do need a shake up. I love Drew McIntyre, but there's only so much you can do with him. Cody Rhodes is just, they've made him a guy with so much charisma. They've made him into such a boring babyface. CM Punk, LA Knight, they're clearly not going to be pushing. So shake it up. Bring in Dominic Mysterio. Do things, that kind of way. Any last thoughts before I move on to the main event?
Well, I just don't want Roman winning the belt because here's the deal: the motherfucker had it for 1,316 days. He doesn't need to ever touch it again. Dude could be semi-main the rest of his career, and I'd be happy.
You mean
100%.
years instead of days? He had it for over 1,000 years.
Yeah,
Well,
it feels
like
like
1,000 years. Yeah,
feels
definitely.
like 1,000 years. Yeah, but he had it for that. He had it for that damn long. He doesn't need to get it back. I'm like, I want CM Punk to win it, just so he drops it to Finn Balor at SummerSlam, and then that's it for CM Punk. You've had your moment. Now you need to put the future over, and let's move on.
All right. So, just before the main event, we had the box, the mystery of the box, and out came Michael Jackson. And it was a resurrection. Amazing. Huh?
What was all that shit? I don't get it. I was like, hold on. I had to look at my calendar, and I thought it's not October 31st. What the fuck is going on, with that fucking box and shit? The biggest anti-climax since that fucking chicken came out the egg in Survivor Series back in the 80s. You know what I mean? The gobbledygooker, what the fuck was.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
bollocks. That was bollocks. I fucking hated it.
It was pointless in the end because of the prestige of Danhausen. That's who came out of the box, was Danhausen. But you're not going to fucking have Chris Jericho come out of a box. It makes no sense. With this box,
about that.
They went with the weird and the silly, and I thought the presentation was fantastic. Like the dancing girls come out, the music was brilliant, considering how shit the music has been with WWE. And the presentation, I thought it was a great moment to introduce a character that really that should have been done in NXT though, if I'm being honest, because he's more like that area. However, Danhausen is very underrated. Like the guy is, first of all, he's going to shift merch, and he already shifted a shitload of merch last night apparently. So he's going to end up like a number one merch seller. So it makes sense from a business point of view why you bring him in the same way that you elevated Jey Uso to the top, because that guy just shifted merch. And so, Danhausen will do that. He's decent enough wrestler, but more so it's the backstage stuff that'll probably like.
He'll be fucking jobbing in 2 months.
He'll be hot.
100%.
He'll be hot
100%.
for like he's going to be hot for like maybe like 2 months, and then it'll be like, okay, he's going to main event. He is going to WWE main event, if not NXT, and he will stay there.
No
he will
question.
not be.
But that's it's who you know. Like, he
And-
knows
and-
he is good friends with CM Punk. So
And
I
I
mean,
was going to mention that. Yeah, like the only reason the motherfucker got the job is because he's friends with Punk, and it was let's bring him in. He's my buddy, and that's the only reason he's there. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of wrestling abilities and that kind of stuff, you're not going to elevate him to one of the greats.
No.
But the reality is, he was AEW's. When I say his biggest merch seller, it's not even close. It's like a 10-to-1 ratio. And so that's, regardless of being CM Punk's friend, you've got to have that something, because you're going to bring someone like that in, and then what you're going to do with him? It's like the fucking lizard prick, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, here he is. And he's going to shift merchandise.
Sorry, it's like a fucking PG gangrel, this fucking shit, yeah? And you know what? I fucking hated it. And on top of that, look, you know what? Like, make the guy do a couple of moves in the ring. Like, get Kilt Wilson coming out. This is toxic. Look at all these women. Like,
listen,
this shit.
that would have been amazing.
That would have been great.
Really good.
That would have been great. Yeah.
A
few moves on him, like uses his cape like Batman and comes off the top rope. Like, just do something. You know what I mean? And then like, I fucking hated it.
Then we would have actually had a fifth match.
Yeah, we would have had a fifth match. Just quickly on that would have been great, because you have Kit Wilson come out, complain that he's not in the chamber, saying all the men in the chamber are toxic. And then the box appears, and then all this shit happens. and then he gets slapped about. That would have been a great moment. It's a shame they missed an
Yeah,
opportunity.
actually, that's see, this is why we need to be booking this shit because
Absolutely.
And by the way, I also have a
Yes.
fiver. I also have a fiver.
Yeah,
but-
So let me say, Gary. Gary said it's going to be Jericho, and I told Gary it'll be anything else but Jericho. Anything
I did
else,
not
whether
see
it be
that
human
half
or
the
not.
point. To be
I mean,
fair.
Jericho's still under contract anyway. He ain't coming anytime
but
soon.
It's okay, Gary, you don't have to give me a fiver. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I'm not going to
but on a serious note,
buy me a pint when you come to London.
I won't. All right. But on a serious note, though, I mean, I felt so sorry for it because people did think it was going to be Jericho, and apparently, and I say apparently, there's a bit of a pop, and you can hear on the TV cast booing because after when he was going around with the whole thing, and then he was there in the ring, and then people went boo. I was like, oh, so I was like, I felt so sorry for this fella, because he's just jumped from one company to the other, and then
He's been through hell the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Injuries, mental health issues as well. But look, the Chicago crowd will just wank anyway. And I say it for a while. When you start overcharging for tickets, you're only going to get a certain type of crowd that are in there, and they tend to be a lot quieter, and boring, and snobbier. This is why I've always had a problem with Arsenal fans, because it's only rich middle class wankers that can afford the tickets. And it's only recently in the last couple of years where the better kind of fan has been able to get into the stadium. The kind of louder fan has been getting, but for years, So, and this is the same thing that's going to happen with WWE.
Yeah, but at the same time, even if regular fans save up money so they can buy a ticket for an event like this, it's like, okay, I have paid a fuck ton of money now, so I expect to be entertained. Entertain me for the money I spent. It's really difficult to, when things are cheap or even free, you can appreciate it and you can laugh and whatever. And if it's not too bad, who cares? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I didn't spend a fuck ton of money. When you do spend a fuck ton of money, then you demand greatness, and unfortunately, we didn't get that. We got fucking this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
fucking Count Duckula.
The problem here is also is that you're talking about being entertained, and I mean, you got 4 matches. You know what I mean? 4 matches, and granted, they're all good matches, but they're 4 matches. You don't get any. There was no pre-show. There was no as far as I knew, there was no pre-show matches. There was no
nothing.
Was there no backstage shit? Was there no backstage shit? Damn.
No, you could have shaved 10 minutes off, 5 minutes of each match and thrown something.
But there was an almost 40-minute wait between Finn Balor and the main event.
Yeah, I skipped
really?
a ton of time.
Yeah,
I skipped a ton of time. I mean, there was a backstage, and there was Papa John's commercial? Was that SmackDown or was that on?
Yes.
Oh, that was on SmackDown. Okay, I was I watched. I finished SmackDown after I watched.
The only thing we had is the Slim Jim one. They had the Slim Jim one.
Yeah, it's Brad Cabella and
in all truth, now he's become a fucking advertisement guy, by fucking ESPN on he's doing that on SmackDown.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The advert is
by
what kills
Papa
me.
John's. Fuck me, man! What they're ruining our truth as well.
Yeah, it's just become such a soulless garbage product. It really has.
Papa John's, fucking.
That's why I don't watch it. I only came on because I was like, look, because of all the shit that's going on around the world, I stay glued to the news and see what's going on, get updates and all that. And next thing I know, I see the time it's 1 o'clock. I was like, I might as well put the chamber on, and it gave me an hour to kind of forward through a lot of things. That's
what I did. I just turned it on later so I could forward through stuff entrances.
I did that too. I skipped a ton of shit. Yeah, I skipped a ton of shit. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it because it's fun to do this shit with you guys. But if it wasn't for y'all, I would not be watching this shit at all. There'd be no fucking way.
You say that.
Oh, trust me, I wouldn't be. And with the product placement,
you pre-ordered 6 of these pay-per-views, didn't you?
Yeah, you already pre-ordered it. He's got 6 pre-ordered copies. He's got every pre-ordered copy of WWE 2K26, each version of it.
Dude, speaking of, did you guys know the DLC is going to be $390 for the
Yes,
full
it is.
The
fucking
one you
game.
pre-ordered.
Yep. If you get the
No.
Monday Night War edition, it's $390 with these tier skips. So I said, fuck
Jesus.
that. I said, fuck
Fucking
it.
Wow.
If people keep buying it,
Oh.
they're
Yep.
just gonna keep making it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are going to
Thanks,
keep buying it, keep being stupid. So yeah,
I-
keep wasting your money.
Jose, you did buy it.
I
The
only started
WWE
playing
Network's
WWE
still going.
2K24 because it was free on PS Plus.
Yep.
Jose, the WWE Network still going?
No, I don't think
That's
so.
over, yeah. Okay.
It's
Yep.
completely
That's
over.
also
It's been over in America for
when
years.
Netflix took over.
And then
Oh,
it
yeah, of
died
course,
here
of
when
course,
Netflix took over. Best ever,
I miss it. I miss the
best
network
ever
though. I'm not going to
service.
lie.
I
Yep.
loved it. I love
I miss it.
WWE.
Yep.
It was so good. Well, okay, so on to the main event. And guys, I'll go with you first.
So it was Logan Paul, Randy
Your
Orton.
favorite wrestler,
Oh,
Logan
God,
Paul, Gary's favorite wrestler.
I hate
Yep.
the guy. LA Knight. It was Cody Rhodes. It was who else was in it?
Okay, hold on. I have the list right here. It's Javon
Javon
Evans, Cody
and-
Rhodes, Trick Williams, Logan Paul, LA Knight, Randy Orton. So we don't have to sit here and go, because we did that on the first match. It drove me nuts.
right. Yeah, anyway, I thought this was a pretty good chamber.
What's in the match again?
I thought the women's chamber was better than this. I felt so sorry for LA Knight. He got blamed for a couple of botches, but I think there was something wrong with that particular part because he was on the right part of the ring. I think there was something wrong with it, like because a couple of people, it wasn't just him, a couple of people slipped on that part of the ring. So I think that there was just that either someone greased it off wrong, or I put some oil of it. Something was
I
definitely.
think Logan Paul put some of that baby oil on there so he'd slip.
But yeah, there's a bit of a botch there. To be honest, I mean, I didn't expect Orton to win. I actually thought Rhodes was going to win, but when Fabian, what's his name, when McIntyre came in and Fabian hit him, and then like Seth Rollins coming it back, I was like, isn't he supposed to be injured with a little famous shoulder surgery? And he comes back and he's just like going, oh my god. It's like, God's sake. It's like we can't have clean wins ever, can we, in Bloody Chambers? Like, and the thing is, it's like you know. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, it could be okay, but I'd rather it was a new person. I'd rather it was like a Javon Evans. LA Knight would have been great, but like Javon Evans or Trick Williams would have been fine in that spot. Because I don't think that Drew McIntyre is going to give it up because he's only just won the title. But I don't know. I thought this match was okay, but I thought the women's one was better personally.
Okay, Cheeto, got to you.
I thought it was a good match. I mean, LA Knight definitely. He's my Alexa Bliss of this match. He just got screwed out. He did have a couple botches, but again, like Zam said, I agree with Zam that like in these matches, like you don't do them all the time, so you're gonna have some botches. You're gonna have. I mean, even though they do have practice, it's not like it's a run of the mill match. So you're gonna have botches, and that's fine. It just depends on how they recover. I was also thinking, I was hoping that LA Knight was gonna win. I was hoping that Logan Paul would not win, but it turned out to be Randy. And honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. I now think it's going to be a fatal four-way. I think it's going to be Orton, Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Drew McIntyre. I mean, I hope I'm wrong because I'm with Zam about the shakeups because I mean. Randy Orton, even though he's a seasoned guy, he's still doing really good. Like he's good in the ring still, and his character feels fresh still, in my opinion. He doesn't feel boring at all anymore. Like the stale Orton we had back in like the early 2000s, late or early 2010s and stuff like that. Like I feel like this Orton's a lot better, and he deserves a run as champion, I think.
Okay. Zam, go to you next.
This was good. They had some moments, and
Hey Rick.
Hello Rick. I did. I liked it, and when I watch someone like LA Knight wrestle, like he's got a few moves in his repertoire that are really for maybe a guy who's slightly younger and slightly a bit more agile than he is. He looks like a bodybuilder almost, LA Knight, and some of these sort of like high flying top rope moves where he's not even coming off the rope, but he's going on the rope. Yeah, and he's doing it with amazing agility, and you think to yourself, "Wow, I know he's going to fuck this up one day." And today was that day, and unfortunately, and the guy's also in his 40s as well. And when he's doing those sort of maneuvers, I always worry he's going to fuck it up. But how often can he pull that shit off until it gets a bit more difficult for him? I'm upset that he didn't win. He was my choice to win this. Randy Orton, to a degree, I'm happy he won it. I knew Logan Paul wasn't going to win it because Drew McIntyre is the champion, and Javon Evans and Trick Williams. It's just way too soon for them to win it. But I'm very happy that they got a chance to be in the chamber and show some of their stuff. As much as we like to call Javon Evans the new Kofi Kingston, Trick Williams is the new Booker T, man. Without a doubt, Booker T 2.0. He reminds me of him so much. He's got that blaxploitation style about him, which I really like. He does feel like a throwback of like wrestlers from the 90s and early 2000s. He really does,
100%.
Yeah, he's
plus
really
he's
entertaining
as fuck.
Yeah, he's really entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know you gotta whoop that clit.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, though, I don't know. Like, I'm glad Cody Rhodes didn't win it, but for me, it was LA Knight or nothing really. Randy Orton, it's weird in a way. Like, you almost think to yourself, you paid your dues, you deserve another chance at the top, and maybe that's what he's going to be getting. You're right about the Fatal 4-Way. I can see that coming, but I would still want somehow LA Knight to be involved in that over Cody Rhodes or Jacob Fatu.
They're never. LA Knight is like the macho man of this era.
They hate him. They hate him. They hate LA Knight.
Done. Yeah, he's done. He's absolutely done. He's never gonna. They're gonna keep teasing us with it, and they're just gonna Sami Zayn him. So forget it. It's over with that. Jose,
he's the third Sami Zayn.
This match was really good, but I do have some complaints to make. The finish was fucking overbooked as shit with this masked man shit, and we all knew Seth Rollins was coming back. Everybody and their mama knew that this was going to happen. He comes out and he stomps Logan Paul. Logan Paul, that motherfucker got 3 eliminations in this damn match. They made him out to be the MVP, and I hated that. I'm like, man, I would have rather seen Trick Williams get like 3 eliminations than get eliminated, but it is what it is. With Randy Orton, his spot is guaranteed, but they are 100% making the main event for SmackDown a multi-man match, and what they're going to do on Monday Night Raw, as they should, as I said, is they got to do the Raw main event versus the SmackDown main event to build up Punk and Roman. And that is when they touch. As long as they do that, I'm happy. But I'm glad that Randy Orton got his moment. And I wouldn't be mad if Randy Orton got the title at WrestleMania.
I still want it to be on Drew.
Yeah.
What?
I still want the belt to be on Drew. I like
Fair
Orton,
point.
but
Yeah.
Drew just got the belt. Like 6 weeks
Let
ago.
him run with it a little bit.
Yeah, let him run with it a little bit, at least for a couple months after Mania.
Yeah. I see it.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good match. It was the weaker match of the night, though, if I'm being perfectly honest, compared to the other 3. I thought this was the weaker match. Yeah. LA Knight's botch. I was like, of all the fucking people, why did it have to be him?
Yeah.
Because now they're just going to justify, like, saying, no, this guy's not a main eventer. The fact that Logan Paul was a last-minute addition to this match, and the guy, he's like a cancer. I just want him to go away. I hate him. I hate him as a human being.
Yep.
And I don't jeer him because he's like, oh, he's a heel, boo.
No, he sucks in real life.
Scumbag. He's a fucking scumbag. In the same way that I hated Alberto Del Rio, I hate Logan Paul, but more so. And I don't want him anywhere. Like, if I took over WWE, first thing I do is like, bye, you're out, you're fired. Don't fucking want you here. Or pay back the people you scammed, then you can stay, whatever. But in terms of the match, I gotta agree with like Zam as well. Like Trick Williams is a nice throwback to old school wrestling. LA Knight is still in there as that kind of old school style. Randy Orton's still in there as that old school style. But it was a solid match. I fucking loved the finish because I was like, it's just gonna be bloody Cody Rhodes. We know what's coming. And then obviously we get the first hoodie guys. I was like, okay, this one, we didn't need this. This was overkill. Unless those 2 that were in the hoods, they bring them up and put them in like a tag team and all that. So it doesn't go to nowhere, like a backup vision. Like,
do you know, just really quick, do you know where those guys are from though?
Yeah, they're from Seth's training school.
Okay, I just want to make sure you knew. Like that's what I was like. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they're from Seth's training school, Black something Academy, wherever it's called.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
It's an Easter egg for us marks.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. They're from Cobra Kai, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, you've brought these two in. They've kind of done the thing. It's a good, fun build up to say like, these are Seth's guys, but then don't just have them fucking show up and then that's it. They're gone. They're Seth's guys. Bring them in as his backup.
Yeah, but then we're gonna have like a bloodline versus bloodline thing again, and like a Vision versus Vision. I don't want that. I want the Vision to be done.
Yeah, no, I get that. Look, I get that, but what I'm saying is, I don't want these young guys just in and out and gone and all of that. So the finish, I was just like, because it was like, ha! Seth Rollins is here to thwart Cody Rhodes from winning, but Cody Rhodes thwarts him and still ends up fucking losing. So it's just like, okay, well, the plan kind of worked then. It was just like,
Drew
McIntyre?
Was the
point of it?
Yeah,
you said Seth Rollins. You mean Drew McIntyre?
No, Drew McIntyre came in. No, I mean Seth Rollins came in to thwart Cody Rhodes from winning. That's what he
just did Logan Paul.
No, Seth Rollins came out. Here's what happened. Drew McIntyre came out and like fucked everything up afterwards. Seth Rollins came first. Rollins came first, eliminated Logan Paul.
Oh, yes,
Paul
sorry.
Heyman,
yes, God damn it. That's it.
Paul
Shit,
Heyman.
Sorry.
Heyman. Yeah, Paul Heyman sold his ass off, though. I got to give him credit. He fucking made it sound like Seth Rollins was the second coming of Jesus. Like, it was like, oh, my God, Jesus is here.
God damn it. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he came out, he did Logan Paul, and then Drew McIntyre
then Drew McIntyre came out to fuck with Cody and Orton, and Orton took advantage of the opportunity. I can't hate on
Randy just came in, and I thought, what a brilliant finish.
Yeah,
you know. It's a great finish. Look, and the minute LA Knight was out, I was just like, okay, I really don't give a fuck who wins it. But the fact that Randy Orton won, I was like, okay, I'll go with it. Look, he's had a great resurgence. I was never a Randy Orton fan, but I'm loving this run that he's on. I agree with you guys. I don't want him to win. But is it going to be a fatal four-way? Are we going to get Jacob and Cody in this?
It's going to be a multi-man one way or the other, whether it's a triple threat or fatal four-way. It's going to be a multi-man matchup.
Okay, because I think Seth Rollins is definitely going to be fighting Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That seems a given. We thought it might be Bad Bunny, but they haven't really built that up to anything. So I'm thinking Bad Bunny might be the SummerSlam one. So it looks like it's going to be Seth versus, like, the Vision, or the one person left in the fucking Vision, and Austin Theory, but who gives a fuck about him anymore? That character change is abysmal.
I thought it was going to be Bad Bunny as the masked person. They were going to do a swerve on that. Like it wasn't Seth, it was Bad Bunny the whole time. Then Bad Bunny versus
Logan Paul. That would have been hilariously stupid.
Actually, I forgot to mention Seth Rollins. After listening to what Gary said regarding him being injured, I think the fact that even if he is still recovering, Gary, he can just come back now, do a stomp or two. He's still got over a month to fully recover by Mania. Yeah, he can still show himself or whatever. He doesn't have to wrestle or anything like that. But they need him probably now because of all the fucking injuries that's been happening within the WWE, within the division. I personally think he's gonna fight Logan Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the match.
Yeah.
Him versus Paul.
And it will be on night one.
It'll
be on night one. They will probably have that open WrestleMania. I would not be surprised.
I think the original plan was going to be Bad Bunny and Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed and Logan Paul. Because of the Bad Bunny Logan Paul thing, and then Seth Rollins obviously with the Vision and all that. Or maybe they'll do LA Knight and Seth Rollins. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I mean, I agree with Ginger now. I don't think if they haven't introduced Bad Bunny yet, I don't think they're gonna be doing. No. Yeah, they're gonna be doing that at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I personally think, regarding Bad Bunny, I think people like Triple H are between a rock and a hard place because he's obviously right up Donald Trump's ass, and Donald Trump hates Bad Bunny. Even though Bad Bunny's been in the WWE, he's got an attachment to the WWE. So I think to keep Trump happy, he probably won't.
I wouldn't worry too much about that because at the end of the day, it's TKO and money, and Bad Bunny just became the most watched halftime show. He's the biggest selling artist in the world. Or the most streamed artist in the world. So after the Super Bowl thing, I think they did miss an opportunity to get him in. Like they could have easily not have done Logan Paul in this Elimination Chamber. They could have done him, in another match.
It's always Jelly Roll. And Jelly is always Jelly. And if you saw him on SmackDown, he looks fucking amazing. He's lost all his weight.
Yeah.
He's lost it all.
Fuck about Jelly Roll, to be honest.
No, but I'm just saying as that. So celebrity wrestler who can, I mean, I have to admit, Bad Bunny, by the way, there's a lot more to Bad Bunny than just being a musician. He can actually
he's
wrestle.
wrestling.
His match against
Damien Priest.
His match against Damien Priest was superb.
Brilliant.
Absolutely
The
fantastic.
Canadian Destroyer thing, fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and well, Jolly Roll probably will need somebody to carry him, but still, I think him being a lot fitter now, he could probably.
It's going to be Triple H versus Bad Bunny. Triple H is going to be like, "I'm going to defeat Bad Bunny for our president."
Yeah,
America. Turning referee Erica Kirk.
America.
Pretty much the Elimination Chamber. We'll go to ratings. Gaz, we'll go in order. Gaz, Jose, then Zam and Cheeto.
All right.
Gaz, out of 10.
I'll give it an 8.
Okay, Jose.
Gets a good solid 7.
Okay, Zam.
I don't know. I'm stuck between a 6 and a 7.
6,
I feel 7's too generous. I think 6 is.
Yeah,
but I feel 6. But you know what? I have said overall, it's funny. I said I enjoyed it until we started talking about it, and I started finding the chinks in the armor. But overall, I'm going to stick with that 7. Yeah, I'll say 7. I'll be nice.
Okay, Cheeto.
I'm going to do a 6 only because I think there were not enough matches, and I think that I don't know. They just screwed over a couple really good talents in this pay-per-view. I think.
Okay. Well, based on everything else that I've seen from WWE's pay-per-views and how fucking shit they are, I'm going to give this one an 8. And an 8 on a WWE scale, which if it was
that's
an
being
AEW
generous, to be honest.
Scale, that would be a 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It ticked the boxes that I liked. The surprise finish at the end was better than, Cody just bloody winning it. So, I was pleasantly surprised. More of this, please, WWE, but, better, kind of less predictable outcomes. So that is our review of Elimination Chamber. There's nothing coming up in between that and WrestleMania. There might be like a Saturday night main event.
Saturday. Yeah.
Is there?
I don't think so.
They shouldn't.
More than likely, they'll add.
They shouldn't. It just takes away.
But they shouldn't. I would leave March completely open. I'd leave that.
It's gonna be Gunther versus Rey Mysterio in a retirement match.
No, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Build that feud up. Build the feuds up, man. Don't fucking have any matches.
Just build the coming back for now and Mania. Have Chaos reign supreme, and let's get everyone fired up for Mania. They're gonna need to because the tickets ain't selling. They're still struggling. Tickets,
and we still have 7 Raws to go. 7.
Yeah.
God, I've got to spare $5,000 somewhere in my pocket.
Oh yeah, me too. I
spare $5,000 for a bleacher seat.
I think you burned that half your money, Zam. You know what I mean? But
the
cool.
thing is that SmackDown's been better than Raw, but that's like saying that a kick to the head is better than a kick to the stomach.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair.
Well, I'm not.